Good afternoon, this is Francesco. Today has been a very interesting day. I had a few people that I met. We started talking about how artificial intelligence impacts my personal life, and I decided to do this video using this new technology, which is similar to what people use in gaming, in which I'm recording both the screen and myself explaining. As you can see in the background, there is a chatbot. There's my personal chatbot. I'm going to play as I was Jean coming back, who is actually my assistant, and I will engage on a conversation with myself about a few topics. Here, my chatbot is communicating to me, asking what I want to do. In this case, I will choose between get inspired, share my story, learn more about Francesco, ask a question, and get in touch. If I select learn more about Francesco, will alternate with some different pictures in the background and provide me an opportunity to choose between business, personal, philanthropy, and the blockchain. I will go for business, and from business here, it will have a selection of Querlo or other ventures. In this case, I will select Querlo, and from here, it will be now an explanation of Querlo does, and an opportunity to learn more about Querlo. Let me show you, for example, here, example of Querlo's work. And here you have a series of examples that will be presented to you. UAE government project with the national language understanding in English and Arabic, lead generation, what we did with growth drivers, IBM, Hyperdata, the chatbot assistant that we use for the universalization AI, and our collaboration with Forbes. In this case, I will select Forbes, and here will be an opportunity to learn more about what we're doing with Forbes itself. I can go actually now to Forbes Insights, open a new page, and learn more about what Forbes Insights does, or connect or interact with the chatbot. At the same time I'm doing this, let me close the chatbot tab. I'm actually having here is the administration. I can actually opt to see numbers and the percentages, and the percentage here, it tells me that 53% of people who selected Querlo, that 69% of people selected to get the route into the Querlo story. Of those, 53% wanted to see some of the Querlo work, and you can see here that 14% looked into IBM work, UAE government 11%, growth drivers 11%, lead generation 11%, then you have the chatbot assistant is 22%, and then Forbes 32%, okay? Other informations that are very interesting, in my opinion, are coming from different sections. For example, I'll bring you to this other part of the site here, and I will show you a little bit about my personal life. Here you can see that, for example, 22% of people opted to look into my personal life. Of those, 19% sailing, 18% judo, and so on. John Malkovich got 20% of the attention. And then very important, 14% of people wanted to talk about something else. So I'm learning they want to talk about culinary, travel, different topics on which I can expand my personal assistant. One last thing which is interesting is actually what do we do with IBM Watson about measuring sentiment and emotion. 13% of people decided to share their story with me, and I will use IBM Watson to measure sentiment. In this case, you can see that 9% showed anger in their story, 7% disgust, fear was 18%, joy 39%, sadness 18%, and obviously undetermined was another 9%. So this is a little bit of an overall view you get from this. Now let me show you something more here. This is actually the report that I'm getting from this feedback. So each person that interacts with our chatbot, there is a report, and you have here obviously all the transaction of the conversation. Jane wanted to know to learn more about Francesco. She chose a business. Then obviously chose Querlo, from Querlo enter into the example and the specifics of Forbes. So now I give you a little bit of an idea of how we use actually this technology today to interact with people. As I said in my previous video, to save me 36 hours a month, but also to collect a compelling set of qualitative and quantitative data for each conversation. Thank you for listening.